Although I never got a chance to meet Levi Kennedy, I pray that I will somehow be able to channel the presence that he had on those who heard him speak. And I pray that the Lord will guide me through this. It's obvious that Levi Kennedy's legacy lives on by the mere fact that we're here today. So I'm going to pose this question first. Why are you here? Think about that. Why are you here? You know, on a Sunday afternoon when you could be at home watching the Bears lose. Why are you here? I mean, I know growing up, personally, I was told just to come here and I was just going to be here, not really knowing the purpose. I was just coming, just to come. And then I also knew they had good roles. So maybe, you guys are going to leave with a bag of rolls and they are good. Or maybe you're here due to my grandmother, Sister Pryor's rather aggressive way of making sure that ticket we're hoping she can put you in a headlock. Actually, one day I was listening on the phone. Seriously, I was listening on the phone, and this is kind of how the conversation went. Hello, how are you? Don't you owe me some money? Man, like straight to the point. Ask what you share and receive, right? But my point is, why are you here at this banquet? And you're here for a purpose. You're here in this time in life for a purpose as well. God has generously given us all talents, and if you decide not to use them, you may lose those. Remember the parable of the talents. With that said, God has also given you a great mind, which harnesses great potential and unlimited power if you learn how to manifest that into realities. This is what separates those who are reactive from those who are proactive. And that's what sums up what my great-grandfather says and Levi says, to make something of yourself. In the African American community, we're still greatly affected by a time in history where we were systematically oppressed by restriction of education in efforts to keep the people from learning. Because without this education, the people can remain controlled. But now there's no excuse. For we owe a great deal of gratitude to those who fought for our right simply to learn, to read, to speak, and to create. Think about Frederick Douglass, Medgar Evers, Du Bois, Malcolm X, and Dr. Martin Luther King. Levi Kennedy also understood their plight. This is a man that was born the grandson to a slave and never completed a formal education. God placed wisdom in him to teach himself everything that he basically knew, including the Greek language, the entire Greek language. How is it possible that a man that never completed a typical form of education has a scholarship foundation in his name? This is possible because his life had a purpose and he had a dream. Right. He became a self-educated being. He didn't allow the current time segregation, discrimination, and injustice to hold him back because he knew he had a purpose and he would not be defeated. At a young age, this kid's like 4 years old, he was saying that now I lay me down to sleep, Pryor, and I want you guys to help me out here, okay? Now I'm my little cousin Kenton, he's sitting over there. All right, listen. Now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should... Hold on, wait. Why I gotta die? Now my point in saying this is that this young kid, little kid, has grasped the idea. I haven't been here that long, I'm only 25, okay? So, I don't know it all, but I have been able to see 4 types of people. One, we have the cop-outs. These are people who set no goals and they make no decisions in life. 2, we have the holdouts. These are people who have dreams, but they lack the confidence or the faith to go out and get their dreams. And they live a life of regret. 3, we have the dropouts. These are the people who actually have goals and work hard, but when the time gets tough, they quit. 4, we have the all-outs. These are the stars. These are the ones that define their purpose and they never quit. They don't say they can't, but they say, how can I? And their attitudes carry them to greatness. As I promised my cousin Dwayne some here, I would say, yes we can. Yes we can. I just threw that in. The secret to success in life is faith. It separates those who talk a lot and those who make things happen.